How to successfully ransom a child. Hello, No Sleep. I have lurked on this app for a while, but I feel it's time to share some things with you. Honestly, I'm only doing this because I'm sick of hearing about people kidnapping kids and doing it all wrong. I have successfully ransomed over a dozen children. Some might even call me an expert. I want to tell you how to do it correctly. Maybe then you'll start doing it right. I'm going to use my most recent conquest as an example. Her name is Sophie. You don't need to know my name. The first step is to choose a kid. Gender doesn't matter, but I prefer girls. If you want the best ransom, you'll want to pick a family that is tight-knit. The more the parents love the kid, the more they'll give up to get it back. Choose a family in town you don't live in. Ideally, it should be at least an hour away. You must have no connection to the family. They don't know you, but you will learn everything about them. I picked Sophie because she had braided pigtails. I liked that. She was just big enough to do some things on her own, but still little, small, smooth. I grabbed Sophie on her way home from school, but before taking her, I did my research. This is where so many people fail. You'll have to study the family. You have to know when they leave the house, what hobbies they have, who visits, and where the breaks in the chain are. You will need to spend a lot of time watching, waiting. There is so much waiting, but the prize makes it so much better. Sophie's family lived in a farmhouse in a small town. Their police force consisted of a sheriff and only a few officers. A smaller police force will help you to make yourself less noticeable. Don't use the same car to watch the house in. Changing colors and kinds of cars will make it impossible to track you. It took 5 months for the perfect opportunity. Sophie usually walked home with a friend. The way home was through a field, out of sight from any house. But the friend was a barrier. I was lucky. The friend was sick. She didn't go to school, so Sophie walked alone, her backpack hanging off one arm, her precious blonde hair braided in those long silken pigtails. Don't hurt her. Make it fast. One arm around the diaphragm, the other over her mouth. She is small. Carry her to your car. Don't lean in and smell her hair. Once you have the kid, the real work starts. You'll want to send a ransom note in the mail. Emails and phone calls are too easily traceable. A letter you can simply place in any mailbox. Leave the return address blank. Keep her quiet. No one can hear her, but the silence makes it better. In your letter, you'll explain that you have the child. You will not harm the child as long as the family is willing to pay the ransom. As far as the amount of money, it needs to be a reasonable amount, significant enough to warrant an abduction, but low enough that a typical family could raise the amount. I usually stick between $20,000 and $50,000. An average family can get a loan for that amount if needed. Ideally, the letter should arrive the day the kid is taken. The family will have already called the police. This letter will incite even more fear. You cannot go to the house. Do not drive by. Do not go to the town, no matter how much you want to. And you will want to. You may watch the news. You may rub the strands between your fingers. You may plan your next move, but nothing else. In the first letter, you'll simply say you will call with more instructions. Do not call. The family will be waiting by the phone. They will not leave the house. The FBI may have been called. A wiretap will be placed. Every conversation will be recorded. You cannot let them hear your voice. Sophie's hair tastes like laundry soap and freshly mowed grass. Next, it is time to write your second letter. It should be sent 2 weeks after the first. In this letter, you will include something written by the kid to prove that it is alive. Make it write about things you would have no way of knowing. You should also include a picture of it, fully dressed with a newspaper. The letter will remind them of the ransom amount. Say you are anxious to get the money. You will contact them soon with the drop location. Remember the smoothness. Sophie, soft, sweet, syrup. After the second letter is another waiting period. This one is longer. It has to be at least a few months. That's when you will be tested. You will want to call them, to reach out, but trust your instincts. The prize is worth the waiting. Spend time with Sophie. Tell her about your father. Your secrets are safe with her. You can trust her. When the wait is over, you will send the last letter. In it, you will include a picture of the kid in different clothes, haircut but smiling, holding another newspaper. It can write something to its parents, but it isn't really important. What does matter is your exact instructions. 1. The money must be in cash and untraceable. 2. The drop point must be in the middle of a popular wooded area in the early morning, around 5 a.m. The area should be at least an hour away. 3. The entire family must bring the money to the site. 4. No cops allowed. 5. The family must wait an hour at the location with the money in the spot. Then the kid will be released to them. The reunited family must then return home immediately. and never speak of the event again. Of course, the family will not follow all of the rules. Police will no doubt join them at the site, hiding, but that's okay. You never planned to go there in the first place. After all, Sophie has been dead since the day you took her. She has to die. It's part of the plan. You use her, love her, take her hair, and then she's gone. It is gone. It is now with the other its, bloated, empty shells, deflated balloons hanging from the ceiling. You will have to make it write the letters when you take it home. You tell it what dates to write. You take the 2 pictures that first day too. Just edit the newspaper to match the correct dates. It's not hard. The waiting is hard, but the prize is worth the wait. Silken, braided pigtails. You can suck on the ends as you drive to the house. It tastes like a little dead girl. But the hair was already dead. No one will be at the house when you get there. Everyone, including the authorities, will be at the drop site. But now it's their turn to wait for something that will never come. You will have to break into the house. This is where you'll collect your ransom. You may take anything that is of any worth. Televisions, jewelry, computers. If the computers do not have a password, most don't. There is another task you must complete. Delete all photos of it. Log into any social media. Most people leave themselves logged in. And delete any reference of it. Photos, quotes, artwork. Do the same around the house. Take all the family pictures. Take any art it drew. Anything with its name on it. Make it look like there was never a child at the house at all. The process can take a long time. Be thorough. Think of the braids in your front seat, the smoothness, and finally, as you drive away, you can collect your ransom, your prize. Sure, you can sell the items that you stole. It won't make you that much money, but that's not the real reason to do this. What you will collect is the knowledge that you destroyed that family. They will never see their kid again, never smell its hair. You own it now. They will never recover. All of their treasured items are gone. You have stolen their sanity, joy, safety. They will never be able to trust again. And that fact tastes almost as good as the pigtails. So there you go. That is how you successfully ransom a child. Now all of you out there have no excuse to do it wrong. The 7 rules of nuclear fallout. 1. The angels aren't real. Seeing angels is an effect of getting nuclear waste in your eyes. Please don't listen to what they tell you to do. It will lead to your own doom, along with anyone else you may be with. They are not angels. Real angels do not bleed from their eyes. 2. You shouldn't be coughing up brown sludge. I hope you don't live alone. If you do, you will die a slow and painful death. I'm so sorry. Assuming you live with someone, ask them to do the following. Kill you quickly, preferably quickly with a gun or knife. Leave and never come back, and take nothing you have ever touched with them. Brown sludge is infected nuclear fluid. It is lethal to anyone who touches it. Within days, it will compromise your immune system without a single symptom. From there, it will replicate your lungs, suffocating you while you try to cough it out. Next, it will attack your heart, slowly depriving it of oxygen, leaving you in agony for your few remaining hours. 3. Show no mercy to the risen. They died long ago. Put them back into their place before they take your life. They grow stronger with every kill. 4. Hoard food and water. Please never run out of water. You can never know where your next meal will come from unless you plan far ahead. It doesn't matter what you eat. It is much better to eat it than leave your home, even if the food is rotten, or if you would even consider it food at all. Ration all of your food. Normally, a human needs at least 1,500 calories to operate. But if you spend all of your days unmoving and wrapped in a blanket, you could possibly get by with 600 calories. 5. There is no safe way to get water. Only attempt to try and locate some if you have no other options. You may get water from a river if you live near one, but be careful. Some risen hide in rivers, ready to pull down those who aren't careful. They do not have lungs, so they will not drown. 6. The stars are your only friend. If you ever decide to leave your home, do it at night. Follow the stars, and they will lead you to safety. Do not get the stars confused with the angels in the distance. They will lead you to your death. 7. Always carry a gun. This isn't for defending yourself. You have no way to overpower anything that attacks you. The risen only eat live meat. If you can't outrun them, use it on yourself. The Snowman Ritual. The following is a set of instructions on how to perform the Snowman Ritual. This is a peace and prosperity ritual to be performed during the winter months in order to obtain favor and protection throughout the coming year. It will take 3 days to complete fully. The earliest written accounts of this ritual date back to the 4th century Common Era in Greater Scythia, now Ukraine and southernmost Russia. This translation has adapted the original materials used in the wording and the incantations to be more accessible for modern societies. Despite these changes, recent attempts to suggest that the correctly performed rite is still very effective. Tradition dictates that this ritual be performed in the days between Christmas Eve and New Year's Day, but in theory, it should be effective during any cold period where there is sufficient snowfall. This ritual works best for farmers and homeowners who keep livestock and/or pets. Urban apartment dwellers can attempt it, but will have a much harder time ensuring that the ritual is not interrupted or disturbed during the 3-day process. Warning: for your own safety, please read the entire document before attempting this ritual. You will need snow coverage of at least 3 inches with the temperatures near or below freezing over a 3-day period. 2 tree branches or wooden sticks, preferably forked at one end. String or rubber bands, plant materials such as dead leaves or dried grass, vegetable oil such as canola or olive oil, animal material such as a strip of leather, clump of fur, cluster of feathers, etc. Animal blood, such as cow or pig's blood. This can be purchased at your local butcher shop or supermarket. You will need scissors, a sterilized needle, a lock of your own hair, a drop of your own blood. Instructions: at the edge of your property, build a snowman. It must be at least as tall as you are, so be sure to set aside the time and energy necessary or enlist family or friends to help you. Ensure that the front of the snowman is facing away from your house. Use the tree branches on either side to form the snowman's arms, but do not give it a face. That will come later. At sundown, take the plant material and vegetable oil and the string or rubber bands out to the snowman. Facing the snowman, you should be looking at your house over its shoulder. Secure the plant materials to its left hand with the string or rubber bands. Dip your finger into the vegetable oil and press the finger onto its left side of the face. This is the snowman's left eye. As you do this, recite the following. Snowman, snowman, see my land, hollowed soil on which we stand. Snowman, snowman, bless my home. Guide me back if e'er I roam. Afterwards, return to your house, lock the door, draw the curtains, and go to bed before midnight. If you wake in the night and hear shuffling noise in the snow, do not open the curtains. The snowman is moving about, judging if your land and home are worthy. If you awake in the morning and the snow has returned to its original position, congratulations. Your land and home will be safe for the next year, and you will be sure to return from any long journey you take. If you wake in the morning and the snowman is on a different part of your land, take heed. Whatever it is near will be affected by some calamity within the following year. If you wake in the morning and the snow has not melted, but the snowman is gone, move. The next day at sundown, take the animal material, the animal blood, and the string or rubber bands out to the snowman. Facing the snowman, you should be looking at your house over its shoulder. Secure the animal materials to its right hand with the string or rubber bands. Dip your finger into the blood and press the finger into its right side of the face. This is the snowman's right eye. As you do this, recite the following. Snowman, snowman, see my herd, pet and cattle, fish and bird. Snowman, snowman, bless my flock. Grow them grass from thorn and rock. Afterwards, return to your house, lock the door, draw the curtains, and go to bed before midnight. If you wake in the night and hear a shuffling noise in your house, do not open the bedroom door. The snowman is moving about, judging if the animals in your care are worthy. If you awake in the morning and the snowman has returned to its original position, congratulations. Your pets will be healthy for the next year, and any livestock you own will thrive. If you wake in the morning and there is an inexplicable puddle of water near something your pet owns, like your dog's bed or your bird's cage, take heed of it. You should probably look into pet insurance for the next year. If you wake in the morning and the snow has not melted, but the snowman is gone, say your goodbyes to them while you can. I am so. The next day at sundown, take the scissors and the needle out to the snowman. Facing the snowman, you should be looking at your house over its shoulder. Use the needle to draw a drop of blood from your fingertip and draw it in a straight line across the snowman's face, forming a groove in the snow. This is the snowman's mouth. Using the scissors, clip a lock of your hair and stuff it into the groove of its mouth, ensuring that the hair does not fall out. As you do this, recite the following. Snowman, snowman, see my breath, drawing ever unto death. Snowman, snowman, bless my heart. Judge me whole, and hence depart. Afterwards, return to your house, lock the door, draw the curtains, and go to bed before midnight. If you wake in the night and feel a cold, dark presence in your bedroom, do not open your eyes. The snowman is standing over you, judging if your soul is worthy. If you wake in the morning, congratulations. The snowman will have returned to its original position, having judged you worthy. You can expect good health and good fortune in the following year. Warning: due date, there are no surviving accounts of what happens to someone who was judged as unworthy. Take from that what you will. The day before sundown, preferably when the sun is highest, go over to the snowman. Approach it only from behind. Do not walk around to face it. Demolish the snowman completely. Break the tree branches as many times as possible. and scatter the snow around the yard as evenly as you can. Make sure that no trace of it remains. Say absolutely nothing. Once the snowman is demolished, the ritual is complete. Enjoy your year of peace and prosperity. Use it well, for when the days grow short and your luck runs thin, you may find yourself looking anxiously for the next deep snowfall. If so, I pray that the snowman may judge you whole this year and every year after.